to the EQ Video Tip. I'm your host, Eric Forsetter. Thanks again for joining us, and we have a great show for you. Before we get started, let's review the goals of EQ Video Tip. Welcome back. We've got a great show today, and we're going to talk about 5 daily habits of business leaders who are at the top of their game. And this comes to us from Tanner Simpkins, who is an entrepreneur. And it's important to understand that leadership, while there are certain personalities that are out there that may sync more with one person versus another, there is something that you can do, and there are habits that you can instill within yourself to become more effective. And Tanner talks about Mike Krzyzewski, who, as a basketball fan, he was one of the best basketball coaches, whether you like Duke or not, for Duke in the college basketball ranks. And Coach Krzyzewski talks about leadership is an ever-evolving position. It's something that can be hard to replicate. However, leadership habits are something that can be implemented by anyone. So we're going to talk about 5 different habits that you can use to help put you at the top of your game. Tip number 1, time management. And every leader has a long to-do list. And it's easy to get diverted from the most important thing because you've got all these competing priorities out there. And the most important items on that list are the ones we need to get done, but sometimes we just can't get to them because, again, we just don't have time. So how do leaders deal with it? Well, focusing on time management is really important. This means scheduling your time the night before, looking through your schedule, understanding what things you have to do, what meetings you can delay, what meetings you can attend, understanding where to delegate whenever possible. And delegation as a leader is really important because you have to be the conductor and not the orchestra of the entire event that's going on. Also, planning for yourself focused amounts of time or periods where you're just going to work. So for example, blocking off maybe 10 to 11 in the morning where there's no meetings, no calls, and you're getting your work done. As well as scheduling the hardest tasks early in the day so that you knock them out when your brain is fresh and it's tempting to do other things, but you can work on those complex problems. So remember, focusing on time management as that first tip for being effective. Tip number 2, being present and being transparent. Now, it may seem like a waste of time to be present all the time and to walk around and talk to your employees or talk to your peers and do things, but it's really important that you spend time and you are transparent and present with them. And what we mean by that, these social interactions with people that you work with, you need to be honest, you need to be open, and communication is essential through this process. What will happen is you'll uncover different things that you're going to understand within the organization, how people work, some problems that might be coming up, some challenges that they're going through, and this will help you identify those problems and help your employees or your peers solve them. So be present and transparent and develop that habit. Tip number 3, listen. And we talk about listening all the time within the EQ Video Tip. Listening is a key thing. Also listening without judgment and without trying to control the situation or control the conversation. Being a good, deep listener is something that's essential to becoming a good leader. It not only builds trust with your employees, but it also ensures that you're getting all the information you need to help make the right decisions and build the best business that you have out there. Our next tip, get to work early. It sets the tone for not only yourself, but for employees and other people. It sets the tone that you're here to work, and it also gives you an opportunity to get ahead of the day, to organize your thoughts, to understand what's coming up and what you're going to have to work on throughout the day. So getting into work early, starting your day right, understanding what good habits you need to model for everyone else and set the tone is something that will be very important in terms of strengthening your team and strengthening the habits that will make you successful. our last tip, and one that I love. Great leaders look for learning opportunities, and they're always trying to grow and make themselves better. And it's important to think about ways that you can grab new information, new knowledge that you can share not only with yourself, but with your peers, with your customers, you name it. So finding opportunities to learn more gets the most out of your team and ensures that your business continues to grow and that you are ready to handle any challenge that comes out there. Because it's important to understand that as a leader, you're not going to have all the answers, and you have to adapt and really understand what challenges are coming and what unforeseen challenges may hit you down the road. And starting with this, it will help you to grow as, not only as a leader, but as a person in society as well. So take time to learn and be curious and understand what learning opportunities are out there for you. That concludes this week's EQ video tip. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully these 5 tips will help you become a better leader and a better worker within your company. As you take a moment to go through these tips, think about which ways you can customize them to best and most effectively help you out. Again, these 5 tips are ones that you can implement over time, but using them will help you become a more effective employee as well as leader within your community. So that concludes our EQ video tip for today. Try incorporating some of these tips into your daily routine. But remember, use what works best for you and personalize it for yourself. Thank you always to our great research team for providing us with some great tips today. As always on EQ video tip, we want to end with gratitude. So thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Here are some resources that you can use if you want more information on EQ going forward. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you.